I just bought an overgrown piece of land for €3,600. It's 20 minutes from the beach and hidden from the roadway. And I'm going to turn it into something that's worth way more than €3,600. Let's go and check it out. So the property is about a 5-minute drive from the local village, which has supermarket, pharmacy, everything you need. Big supermarket's about a 15-minute drive away. The only unfortunate thing about this property is the access via gravel road. And as you can probably see, we're bouncing around a little bit. I wouldn't want to bring a car with a low valance down here, but my trusty old van, or any type of van or 4-wheel drive, will do this job perfectly. So here's my plot of land. It runs about 80-90 meters along this road. And as you can see, we have these big bushes. I think they're called Jerusalem oaks. They don't go very high, they're more of a bush, but we have them pretty much along this whole boundary, disguising it and hiding it from the road so nobody can see driving past. Now this will end up to be the entrance that we're going to make, but let's go in and I'll show you around the land. As you can probably see, this land is a little bit overgrown. It's had no love and care for many years and the weeds have just taken over. Now let's talk about the boundaries on this property. When I came to buy it, it was just a pen on a map showing me where it was. Now that wasn't enough to know exactly where my boundaries were. So we employed the services of a topographic surveyor who came in and plotted the points on the land. The reason being is, back years gone by, they used to mark their land with piles of rocks. Now these rocks are not in exactly the right place, but it's just what the local farmers and the local people have gone by for years. So we employed a topographic surveyor who came in and plotted out our complete land. And this is what he does when he comes out. He gets the exact point using satellite and nails in a stake in the ground. I added this one on just to make sure I can see it if the ground gets overgrown. And as you can see here, this is the remainders of the old pile of rocks where this land was probably measured to. So there's a few we have about 6 points on this land, a few straight bits. They're always funny shapes in Portugal for the land. So let's go and have a look at a couple more of them. And as you can see, for the topographic surveyor, this is hard work. He had to come in here and hack all these trees out to make his point with his satellite into the ground. So up here on top of this hill, there's lots of eucalyptus plantations, and I was pretty excited that we would get some eucalyptus trees on our land. Unfortunately, this one here, here's my boundary, isn't included. So I thought we must get at least one eucalyptus tree. And you know what? I did. This one here. I know, it looks a little bit sad. Okay, so before we get any materials delivered to this site, we've got to open up these trees to make an entranceway. This is the gravel drive, the gravel road just outside here. We're going to cut these two sides of the trees back to allow for a 3-meter access, 2 wooden poles and a gate. Then coming inside, we need to brush cut this area, clean it up, cut out some of these old trees so we can get some materials in here. Once we've cleaned up the site, the next job will be to bring in loads of gravel to put down as a road base and also as a pathway to the container that I'm going to put here. So this is going to take up this whole area. We're going to bring it in through the gates and around and all the way over here and approximately to where the camera is back here. This whole area then we can get in, we can turn cars, We've got access to the container, which is going to go here somewhere. It's all good, turning cars back out the exit. So a little surprise on this land, as I thought nobody had really been here for years, but I did find this big hole. Now, I don't exactly know what this is for, whether it was for water storage or whether it was actually to keep animals in at some point. I have no idea, but really, I don't even know why this is here. So my concern with this big hole is I'm a little bit worried about animals coming in and falling in here and not being able to get out. So I'm going to cover this in because I definitely know in this area there are wild boar coming through, plus other animals, and I don't want any animals dying in this hole. So this will get filled in. So as you can see with this property, I paid €3,600 for it, was the asking price. Now, it just shows that you don't need hundreds of thousands of euros to start investing and flipping houses. You just need to look smartly, look for good investments, and you look at what your budget is and what you can afford, including the materials and the renovation. Let's look at the costs for this project. The land on its own was €3,600. The purchase fees and taxes were an unbelievable €625, a massive amount on top of that purchase price. Now for the actual works to take place, clearing the land, 300, posts and gate, 400, weed mat, 80, driveway material, 600 approximately. Container cost me 850, but that's a purchase I've already made. Posts, beams and roofing, 800. Moving the container on the back of a truck, 150. Decking joists and beams, 400 to go outside the container. So the total's coming to 7,805, and I've allowed a 20% contingency on this project because it's a little bit vague what I'm doing. I know there's going to be extra costs involved, so that's another 1,561. It brings my grand total up to 9,366. Let's talk about flipping potential and who this property is my possible target market. Well, I hope to be all in for way less than 10,000 euros. My estimated resale on this property, I'm hoping for 25 to 30,000. Now, who am I going to target to sell this property to? Well, let's be 100% clear. This land is rustic land and it is not habitable land. So therefore, my target buyer is not looking for a house. So the people I'm looking for are surfers that come here at weekend, looking for a little weekender to go and park their van and chill out for the weekend while they're in the area. Could also be for like a hobby farmer. Somebody wants a little bit of space to come at the weekends, get away from the hustle and bustle, grow a few fruit and vegetables, and probably, I don't know, escape from the wife for the weekend. So as discussed, the next steps on this project is to clear out the land inside, put the gates in, get some road base delivered. If you want to follow me on this journey and see whether I can knock this out for less than 7,000 or 8,000 total costs, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. See you next time.